Hey, welcome to episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. Doing the last of the 4 Delirium beers from the Huyghe Brewery. This one's Delirium Nocturnum with the pink elephant, the darker side of Delirium. All we know is that it's 8.5 ABV, which I believe all of them are, and I cannot make heads or tails out of this canning code, so who knows. Anyway, poured it into the official Delirium goblet. And yeah, it's a lovely, I call it like a chestnutty brown, very clear. It might look black on camera, it's not. It gets about, I don't know, thumb width of foam. Still hanging around, not completely dissipated. It does have that nucleation point in the glass here. Let's give this thing a whiff. I thought it'd be like a little bit more aromatic than this. I mean, it smells like a pretty typical Belgian quad or dark strong or whatever you want to call it. I call it pretty fruity. Has like that fruity fruit cake essence, almost Christmassy kind of aroma to it. Yeah, a little licorice, a little chocolatey actually. But yeah, I'd say it's like dried fruit, slightly clovey, little bready. Yeah, it's just like there's actually a lot of flavors here. Like the intensity is like not super high, at least not in the aroma. By the way, before we get into the drink, I just wanted to bring up the website real quick. Yeah, so it doesn't really tell you much about it. It just kind of tells you what to look for. It does say spices such as licorice and coriander are also present. So does that mean the beer is made with these spices, or just that you pick up on them? Oh, and it's 24 IBUs. And man, there's like a whole range of Delirium beers, but we can only get a few of them here. So I haven't had this beer since 2013, according to Untappd. So here's to 12-year absence. Cheers. Oh yeah, that does have like. It's funny. I said on the notes, kind of has like a Christmassy kind of thing going. It has a Christmassy kind of taste. Kind of reminds me of 𝓑𝓻𝓮𝓻𝓲𝓷 Christmas beer, but not nearly as spicy. I would say it's for a Belgian quad or dark strong. Let's just say dark strong. This one is a little bit more fruity, a little bit more bready than most. Like this is not as peppery and phenolic and spicy as your Trappist quads. It's actually pretty sweet up front. This lovely kind of like a pumpernickel bread kind of flavor. I think like they get like an essence of cherry in there, almost like a cherry puree. And then it has like slight kind of like dates, figs, raisins, like those kind of dried kind of fruits. And yeah, there's like this almost like a touch of like almost like molasses in here. The spice on this one is like very low, especially compared to like any of the Trappist ones, or even like Saint Bernardus or something like that. So I mean, like this one is opting more for like the fruity, bready kind of character, while a lot of the other ones are just like bombastic, like in your face Belgian phenols. Those are here, but they're just like they're pretty restrained. Which I mean, like if I would, in fact, I would say if a Saint Bernardus or Chimay Blue or one of those is like too intense for you, this might be like a good starter Belgian dark strong. I just remember what that flavor was. Like it's like a Tootsie Roll pop, which is actually pretty common in a lot of the Belgian dark strongs. It's kind of like it's there's a sensation of it, like a chocolatey sensation, like up front, but without like any sugary sweetness. So it does not taste like, vending machine milk chocolate candy. But at the same time, it doesn't really taste like, gourmet dark chocolate with sea salt either. It's like I said, like kind of Tootsie Roll pop, but again, this one to me seems like more legit malty. Like they're like really going for like the malt on this one instead of like the Belgian candy sugar, which is fun. I've said this a million times, but if this is your first episode, the Belgian quads or dark strongs are actually very simple recipes. Usually just Pilsner, a little bit of specialty malt, and then you just throw a whole bunch of syrup in there to give it the dark color and to give it like the fruity flavors. and the yeast does the rest of the work. Oddly enough, this one is not as like spastic and like effervescent as most Belgian quads. Like I just did Rochefort 10 or 12 recently. Well, fairly recently. This year, I think. And I just remember that being just like super spastic and fizzy. And even though like this glass has the nucleation point, which tends to make like any beer you drink a little more effervescent, I'm not really getting that on here. In fact, we got a nice pour here. And so it has like, I don't know, I'd probably put it like medium full body. This isn't quite as big and thick as like an Imperial Stout. And the carbonation, I'd probably put about medium, maybe medium full, medium high. And you know what's nice is that this one actually has like a slight kind of creamy texture to it. Which, if I remember the BJCP specs correctly, I believe actually creaminess is actually pretty common in Belgian quad. Yeah, so I really like this one. I haven't had this in a long time. Forgot how good it is. I mean, it's really hard to screw up a Belgian quad, but so yeah, I'm gonna go pretty high on this one. It's not perfect, but it's really good. I'm gonna give this a 9 out of 10. Solid, more than solid. Excellent Belgian quad, but like I think the Trappist ones are better. Literally any Trappist one is probably a little bit better than this one, but because I prefer like the more spicy, just more in your face, bombastic flavor. But if you like a little bit smoother and tamer, check out Delirium Nocturnum. I believe the Christmas one tasted exactly like this too, but it's been a while since I've had that, so I will try to get that one this year. All right, so I am rambling. If you watch all the way in, you're awesome. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys for Teetotaler Thursday. Cheers.
Somebody brewed it, Chad just reviewed it. Thanks for watching Chad's Beer Review.
Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.